Hi, Soraya, it's me, it's your Aunt Em. I'm going to read you some more of the book, A Bear Called Paddington. Okay, we're up to chapter 4. The assistant frozen with a glance. Cut cut a hole in a bark witch's hat, he exclaimed. I've never heard of such a thing. Paddington turned and stared at him eye. The, the assistant's voice trailed off. I will go and fetch my scissors, he said in a queer voice. I don't think that will be necessary at all, said Miss Brown hoarsely. It's not as if he had to to walk in the city, so he doesn't want anything too smart. I think this woolen goet is very nice. The one with the pom pom on top. The the green will go well with his new coat and it it will stretch so that he can pull it down over his ears when it gets cold. Everyone agreed that Paddington looked very smart, and while Miss Brown looked for a plastic Macintosh, he trotted off to have another look at himself in the mirror. He found the poet was a little difficult to raise as his ears kept the, the, the bottom half firmly in place. But by pulling on the pom-pom, he, he could make it stretch quite a long way, which was almost as good. It meant too that he could be polite without getting his ears cold. His ears cold. The assistant wanted to wrap up DUF the DUFFLE code for for him, but after a lot of fuss, it was agreed that even though it was a warm day, he should wear it. Paddington felt very proud of himself, and he was anxious to see if other people noticed. After shaking hands with Alfred, Paddington gave the assistant one more long, hard stare, and the unfortunate man collapsed into a chair and began mopping his brow as Miss Brown led the way out through the door. Paul Fitch's was a large shop, and it even had its own escalator as well as several lifts. Miss B hesitated at the door and then then took Paddington's paw firmly in her hand and led him towards the lift. She had enough of escalators for one day, but to Paddington everything was new, or almost everything, and he he liked trying strange things. After after a few seconds, he decided quite definitely that he preferred riding on an escalator. They were nice and smooth, but lifts. To start with, it was full of people carrying parcels, and also so busy they had no time to notice a small bear. One woman even rested her shopping bag on his head and seemed quite surprised when Paddington pushed it off. Then suddenly half of him seemed to fall away while the other half stayed where it was, just as he had got used to that feeling. The second half of him caught up again and even overtook the first half before the doors opened. It did that 4 times on the way down, and Paddington was glad when the man in charge said it was the ground floor and Miss Brown led him out. She looked at him closely. "Oh dear, Paddington, you look quite pale," she said. "Are you all right?" "I feel sick," said Paddington. "I don't like lifts, and I wish I hadn't had such a big breakfast." "Oh dear." Miss Brown looked around. Judy, who had gone off to do some shopping of her own, was nowhere to be seen. "Will you be all right sitting here for a few minutes while I go off to find Judy?" She asked. Paddington sank down on to his face, looking very mournful. Even the pom-pom on his hat seemed limp. "I don't know whether I shall be all right," he he said, "but I will do my best. I will be as quick as I can," said Miss Brown. "Then we can take a taxi home for lunch." Paddington groaned. "Poor Paddington," said Miss Brown. "You must be feeling bad if you don't want any lunch." At the word lunch again, Paddington closed his eyes and gave an even louder groan. Miss Brown tiptoed away. Paddington kept his eyes closed for several minutes, and then, as he began to feel better, he gradually became aware that every now and then a nice cool draught of air blew over his face. He opened one eye carefully to see where it was coming from, and noticed for the first time that he was sitting near the main entrance to the shop. He opened his other eye and decided to investigate. If he stayed just outside the glass door, he could still see Miss Brown and Judy when they came. And then, as he bent down to pick up his suitcase, everything suddenly went black. "Oh dear," thought Paddington. "Now all the lights have gone out." He began groping his way with outstretched paws towards the door. He gave a push where he thought it ought to be. but nothing happened. He tried moving along the wall a little way and gave another push. This time it did move. The door seemed to have a strong spring on it, and he had to push hard to make it open. But eventually there was a gap big enough for him to squeeze through. It clanged shut behind him, and Paddington was disappointed to find it was just as dark outside as it had been in the shop. He began to wish he stayed where he was. He turned round and tried to find the door, but it seemed to have disappeared. That's all for now, Soraya. I'll read you some more next time. Okay, bye bye for now. Lots of love and kisses.